Happy Monday, if you're listening to this when it comes out.
You do this every Monday episode.
Because I don't know why. I just hope that people are like waiting with bated breath, like, oh, I can't wait for their new episode to drop.
You said that last week, too.
Did I?
Yeah.
This is a new episode, people. I'm just repeating myself, apparently. The reason I'm mentioning Monday,
I think it was your exact words, actually.
bated breath.
Yes.
I think it was too. Listen, okay, you know I'm not good at segues. The reason I'm bringing up Monday is because this Monday, today, is the most called in sick Monday of the whole year.
Why? Because people are
Did
just
that make sense?
sick of working, sick of snow, sick
Yes,
of life.
that's right.
More so than after New Year's? That's interesting.
Hey, wait a minute. Is this Blue Monday? When's that?
That's February, isn't it?
Oh, it is, isn't it? Let me check. See, now I got to check. See, this is what happens when I'm not prepared. Blue Monday 2020.
I've been working with you for many years now. I don't think I've ever known you to be prepared.
Today is Blue Monday. This is why.
All right.
So not only is it the highest rate of calling in sick to work, it's also supposedly the most depressing day of the year because, like you just said.
Way to start the episode on a happy note.
And if your boss hears this, I'm sorry if it messes with your plans.
Yeah, just take the day off. I could use a day off.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the second biggest call-in sick days is December 26th, Boxing Day.
Yeah, because people don't want to go to work after Christmas.
But
they think they want to work on Boxing Day, and when the time actually comes, they're like, no.
You're right. So even though you're right, because you think, oh, I want time and a half.
Although this is American.
This is American,
and
but
they don't have Boxing Day. So
Right.
we get it as a holiday. I don't think it's a holiday.
No, it's not. But even still, I think in Canada, I could see the argument of like, oh, I'm all fat
Right,
after
especially if you work in like retail or
Yeah.
something. But mostly
yeah.
everything is closed on Boxing Day in Canada.
Yeah, but not the stores, not the malls.
Yeah, they are. They're always closed.
But isn't that the big shopping
no,
day?
You're right.
Yeah. But now we're getting into Black Friday, and anyway.
Black Friday, Blue Monday.
Anyway, sorry. This was anticlimactic. I thought it was going to be more exciting than this. The third most common Monday to call in sick is October 21st, the Monday before Halloween. Why?
Because you got to
finish
get
your costume
together.
Okay, stupid. All right, here we have a listener letter.
Oh,
This is what we do on Mondays.
that's right.
Mm-hmm. Shall I read it this time?
You're reading.
Okay. Hi, Jesse and Jenna.
Hi.
My name is Rebecca, in air quotes. Longtime fan, first-time writer. I'm 39 years old and I work in an office. I wonder if she called in sick today. I work in an office with a lot of people, and there's this one loud woman who's worked there for just over a year now, and she's super touchy-feely with me and everybody else. She likes to play with my hair, rub my back, and put her hands on me when she's talking. It's not sexual or anything. I'm just not a touchy-feely kind of person with anyone, and it makes me uncomfortable when she does it, even though I know she doesn't mean any harm. She's kind of a bit goofy, also a Newfie. Oh, that does matter. And I that does matter, and it's not even a read. So it feels awkward to tell her off, especially since it's at work where everything gets blown out of proportion these days. Is there a polite way of telling her to stop without hurting her feelings? I'm not a beat around the bush kind of person, and no, I don't think you guys are either. But what would you do? Just tell her straight and try to make a joke out of it? I sometimes lack the tact of putting things nicely. Thanks. No touchy-feely.
She's right there. Try to make a joke out of it. You know, when somebody does something that just annoys you, you've seen me do it where I'm like, just stop it.
Yeah.
And then I laugh about it. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of like eases it out. If she's this friendly, chances are she probably has a great sense of humor too, and she'll get it. Like if she's like petting your hair and all of a sudden you just go, stop it, I can't stand it, and then laugh, then she might get it.
And it might send the message that it's your like pet peeve. It's not
me,
about you.
not you.
Yeah, right. The reason I said, and she may have dealt with this before, because often, like, if you're almost 40, it doesn't sound like this woman is a spring chicken either. Not that 40's not spring chicken. You know what I mean.
We're getting closer to 40 here.
Well, so she may have dealt with this before, and the reason I think that, and the reason I think it's relevant that she's a Newfie is because I worked with a woman before I got the job on the radio. Her name was Peggy. Love her to death. Nicest woman you'll ever meet. But she was exactly like this, and she was an FOB Newfie. She was like, I don't even know.
You know they're in Canada, right?
I don't know if they have to take a boat to get here, but she might as well have. She was the most like guan bud, like she had the accent and everything, and she was so nice, but she didn't know when to stop the conversation. Like she couldn't read the cues of like, okay, we've had enough chit chat, let's get back to work, and she would touch you all the time. So I bet you this is the same thing. It's a Newfie thing. They're just
I've
friendly.
never had that much experience with Newfies.
No?
Coming from the West Coast, we're a long way away from them.
Yeah, I guess so. They're the friendliest people I've ever met.
Oh, yeah.
They really are. But sometimes they don't know the boundaries,
Right.
in my experience.
Maybe you just need to tell her straight up, like, look, like, I know you're really touchy-feely and you probably don't even notice you do it. However, I am not. Call me Ice Queen. Start making fun of yourself and be like, can you just, like, stop touching me?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe you don't care. If you don't want to be her friend, then just tell her
Well,
straight
even
up.
if you want to be your friend, if you kept touching me, Jesse, and it bothered me, I'd be like, Jesse, stop touching me.
Yeah.
You know? It's like what I did with my friend who used to chew and chomp her gum all the time. Finally, I just told her straight up, I'm not giving you gum anymore because you can't chew it properly.
Yeah, okay, and it worked. You're still
And we're
friends.
still friends.
Oh, yeah, or just lie. Be like, I have neuropathy, like in my nerves, and it hurts when
I
people
have
touch me.
OCD. I'm a germaphobe.
Yeah.
There's lots of excuses you can make.
I think going to the boss is extreme.
Don't go to the boss.
you
Don't be a dick.
No, that would blow it up out of proportion. I have another story. There was a guy I worked with at a call center. I have to burp. Hang on.
Oh God,
Excuse
why'd
me.
you have to push so hard?
Hot.
I just let it out. Please, like that's the least classy thing I've done on this podcast. So there was a guy named Corey. I love how I'm using real names. Whatever, I don't care.
Rebecca's in air quotes, but
Yeah,
let's talk about Corey.
Let's talk about Corey. He got fired when I worked at a call center because he used to go around and snap girls' bras.
Well, that's wrong.
But most of the
That hurts too.
Yeah, but like he wasn't a perv. I know
That's
it's a pervy
grade
thing to
5.
do. But he was like one of these jokey guys, and everybody knew him as a jokey guy. Most of the girls thought it was funny and playful, even though looking back, it's kind of weird. But this one girl, Melanie was her name, she didn't like it, and she told HR, and HR fired his ass. Simple as
That is so wrong, and it hurts for someone to snap your bra. It hurts.
And like, what other enjoyment are you getting out of that other than being a
He's
5-year-old?
flirting. That's his immature
Oh.
way of flirting.
Well, he
Maybe
lost
this
his
is her way of flirting too.
Well, that's what made me think of it. Is like sometimes people get away with stuff at the office because, other people let it slide or whatever, but doesn't mean everybody's going to be okay with it.
I don't think it's that people let it slide. I think people are too scared to make a stink because that would reflect negatively on them.
That's right.
That's why people don't say anything, and then it gets to a point where now it's gone on for too long that you can't say anything, and then your anger's building up. Like, girl, you should have said something way long ago when she first started touching you.
It's so true. It's almost as if this came up on Grace and Frankie. If you're in a relationship and you have a lie, the longer you wait to tell the truth, the harder it is to tell the truth. When if you just came home and was like, guess what, I just did, cheated on you, it would probably go over better than if you wait 3 months and then they find out.
Well, and the longer you sit on a lie, the more it builds up inside of you.
Yeah, not that this is a lie, but same sort of idea.
She is lying because she hasn't told her that she doesn't like it.
Yeah, and it's really bothering her.
Yeah. It's lying by omission.
Yeah. It's just a tough line these days. Don't you remember last week we had a story about how it's healthy to flirt with your coworkers now? So what's the answer here?
You can flirt with someone without touching them.
So don't keep your hands to your goddamn self.
Yes, keep your hands to yourself. Asseyez-vous sur les mains, s'il vous plaît. That's what my teacher used to say out to me all the time. Sit on your hands, Jenna.
See? And maybe they were onto something because we didn't develop this Newfie trait of touching everybody.
You know what, though? It's
We're going
understandable.
to get so many letters from Newfies.
Yeah. It's understandable, though, that we do feel the need. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
That we're scared in the office to ever say anything. Because everyone's fearful of losing their job or making a stink out of nothing.
The worst that's going to happen in this case, though, is that the woman will think you're a bitch.
Right. And are you losing any friends there?
Yeah.
Trust me, a lot of people think I'm a bitch, and it really doesn't change my average daily life.
But that's a good way of looking at it, because even if she went and said, could you believe what Rebecca said? She told me to stop touching her. Anybody that hears that would be like, yeah.
Right,
okay."
because maybe someone would be like, you are a little too touchy-feely. Like, it's one thing to laugh and put your hand on their
Right.
shoulder, but it's another to play with
The
your
hair?
Yeah, that's weird.
Although, I love it when someone plays with my hair.
But not at
At
work.
work?
I don't care. All the time. I love it when people... You're not a girl. You don't have long hair. It is so nice when someone plays with your hair.
Well, I agree. I think, but like, not at. So in our old meeting, if John reached over right now and started twirling your
No.
hair,
I'd be
That's
so
not going to
creeped
happen.
out.
That's not happening.
I'd be so creeped out.
so you see,
Maybe one day Rebecca should put like a clump of goo in her hair.
Oh.
So when she touches it, her hands get all gross, and then maybe she'll never touch her
I
hair
love
again.
something about Mary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
You know,
Jesse likes to jack off at work, apparently. So
No,
maybe he
no.
can go and give you some
Oh,
of his
come
own
on.
personal gel.
I've only done that like 23 times. It's just, it's not a regular thing.
Oh, good.
But
I want to know if she
You haven't
touches
done that
men.
here, have you?
no, not yet.
Not yet.
Don't challenge me.
Days young.
We were talking a lot about porn in the earlier episode. But I wonder if she touches men too. And if this was a man touching you, if a man boss started playing, or a man coworker started playing with my hair, I'd be like, who the fuck are you? Unless you look like, I don't know, Brad Pitt 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You ain't touching me.
You know, isn't it interesting that this is a few times now we've done this gender flip with these letters,
Right.
and in an age where everything's supposed to be equal and level playing field, it's not. Because absolutely, if this was a man, we would be saying, go to fucking HR,
Right.
get him out of there.
Kick him in the balls.
I was blown away yesterday. I was reading a story about the CEO of Best Buy is being investigated for having had an affair with another executive. And it's like the third paragraph in, I finally realized, wait a minute, the CEO of Best Buy is a female.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she's in trouble.
But yeah, for having had an affair with a male executive within the company.
Oh, within the company. I was thinking another company. I'm like, so?
But like I'm
I
amazed
see.
that this is even 3 paragraphs long because it's like, well, why haven't they fired the dude? And all of a sudden it's like, female
Yeah,
CEO.
it's
now
crazy.
now I'm reading the story differently.
Yes.
You know what,
Yeah.
too? I hate how we always assume we need to be polite and nice.
Yes.
Like she says that. She goes, I sometimes lack the tact of putting things nicely. Why do you need to always put things nicely?
Just be respectful.
Sometimes things just need to be a little more upfront.
Yep.
But as Canadians especially, I feel like we always have to be nice about something.
Sorry, but
Sorry, but what are you apologizing? You don't need to apologize. You're not the one caressing people's locks.
yeah.
Right? So maybe this is an instance where you just need to say fuck politeness and just be honest in a respectful manner.
Please don't touch me. How about that?
Yeah, or just say, look, I'm just not into people touching me or playing with my hair, and I don't want to sound like I'm rude, but this is really bothering me, so I just thought I'd let you know.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I still think you're awesome. We can have fun. You can send me Newfie jokes all the time. I'll send you Newfie jokes, but I'm not a touchy-feely. Be like, I don't even hug my family.
Yeah, make her realize it's not about you. I would be this way with anyone.
Right.
Unless it was
I am
Brad
the
Pitt 15
Ice
years ago.
Queen.
But there needs
Yeah.
to be someone else in that office that also feels the same way. I think
Well,
there's got to be.
She did right. She's super touchy-feely with me and everybody else.
Well, at
So,
least she's equally as creepy to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, as long as we're going to sexually harass someone, everyone should get sexually harassed.
And if you'd like to learn how to be an ice queen, come to my show at Yuck Yucks Tuesday, January 21st. It's called Ice Queens. I'm hosting the show with a panel of 5 female comedians that are really icy and
Amazing.
bitchy. And it was my idea. You'll be so proud of me, Jenna. Yuck Yucks asked me to fill this show on Tuesday. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? It's the middle of winter. And I was like, you know what? Girl power. Because all my favorite stand-ups are women. Joan Rivers, Phyllis Diller, Nikki Glaser, all of them. So I'm sick of people being like, girls aren't as funny at stand-up. Yeah, they are.
Right.
I think, anyway. I know you disagree. Most of yours are men. Most of your
Right.
favorites are men. But whatever.
I have seen a few women I really, really enjoy, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know, what's her name? Ali Kwong?
The Asian one. Yes.
I love her. I just like it when women speak about things that are actually pertaining to everyone's life other than just getting your period and getting jizzed on.
Yeah.
Amen, Jenna.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why I don't like a lot of the more famous female. Like I like what's her name? Tiffany Haddish.
Yes.
She's great. I don't like Amy Schumer because that's all Amy Schumer
Yes.
talked about.
Wow.
Was
Rita
getting
Rudner.
jizzed on and getting her period. And I'm
Rita
like,
Rudner's
women are more than
brilliant.
that.
I don't know Rita Rudner.
Oh.
But yeah, you weren't the only one that thought that about Amy, though. A lot of
Exactly.
people didn't like the leather special for that
And I was
reason.
like, come on, like you're more than that. Tell us things.
Exactly.
Use the same comedy and the same humor that men use and
Yeah.
show them that you can do it better than them.
I find that stuff really lowbrow.
Right.
It's the easy laugh.
Well, it's like the equivalent of when straight men do rape jokes or like,
Right.
suck my dick, bitch jokes. Like nobody likes that anymore.
Nope.
And they're
You know.
old. It's been
Yeah.
done.
It's
It's been done a long time ago.
Andrew Dice Clay was very 1992, right?
But I do listen to that podcast, My Favorite Murderer, and one of their big things is fuck politeness because politeness can get you into a lot of trouble. When a man approaches you and makes you uncomfortable, you are polite and say, oh, no, I play coy, don't tell anyone, and then you end up dead in a ditch.
That's
I'm not
true.
saying this is going to happen to you, but we need to start kind of going into the main mind frame of fuck politeness. When you are uncomfortable, you have every right to
Yep.
let someone know that what they're doing is making you feel uncomfortable.
Right. And at some point, you have to take your mental health before theirs, because even if you are okay shrugging it off and putting up with it, you're going to fester with it. Like now you're emailing us.
As long as you're being tactful.
And just think, this woman, it's bothering you more than it's going to bother her for you to tell her that you don't like it. If you tell her you don't like it, at the worst, she's going to be mad and think you're mean. Big whoop-de-doo. But this touchy-feelingness is affecting your life and your time at work way more than her being a little butthurt because you told her off.
Yeah.
So what's more important, your feelings and your happiness, or maybe pissing her off?
Yeah, I agree. It's learning the power of the word no. You know who's just talking about this? My girl, Wendy Williams, who just farted on her show, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty
Google
awesome.
that. It's pretty funny. But she was
She
talking
didn't
to
even
a mom.
flinch during that fart, and it sounded like a juicy one.
It's like she's done it
Usually,
before.
if I have a fart like that, I'm like, ooh, like impressed with myself.
Okay, maybe now we have to insert a clip of Wendy farting
Oh, do
right
we?
here.
3, 2,
Now I have-
1.
But you can't even do that locker room thing. That cop wasn't playing that. I mean, you're lucky you only got battery.
That's the worst fake laugh ever.
Wasn't that a good clip? That was just because we want to make John go listen to Wendy fart.
You made me have to do work for a change. I'm not happy.
We'll send him the 20-minute clip instead of the
Yeah.
5-second one.
But anyway,
Find the fart, John.
she was talking to a mom on her show who was talking, oh, I'm a mom, I'm stressed out, you know, I don't have time to get my hair done, blah, blah. But the point is, Wendy was saying moms need to make time for themselves and stop putting everybody else first. Because if you get run down and you get sick, you're not going to be there for your kids, your husband, all these people.
Right.
So learn the power of the word no. And that would apply in this situation too.
Exactly. Like I said, fuck politeness.
Yeah.
If something is making you uncomfortable, you have every right to say something. You have more of a right to say something than she has a right to touch you.
Yes. Comes down to me too, consent. Again, flip it.
And if she doesn't get the point, because there is a chance that you tell someone, I don't like this, and they don't stop, then that's
Well,
where
then.
you go, and maybe don't
That's-
go to HR.
Yeah.
Maybe just go to your boss or your supervisor and just be like, hey, look, she's really touchy-feely.
I mentioned it
I've
to her
already
once.
told her it makes me uncomfortable. Is there any way you can just mention and
Yeah.
tell her to keep her hands to herself?
yeah.
It's just hard because I bet you this woman means no harm.
And she's
so,
probably
like,
really sweet.
yeah.
But just
I don't know why I think of her as like this plump,
totally plump. I got plump too.
happy-go-lucky sort of woman.
Yeah. Like friendly, like
Kind of like who was the racist chef on TV?
Paula Deen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like high energy. Like I'm picturing her as a Newfie, obviously. Like, oh, you wouldn't believe what happened to me last night, doll. Like, and
Yeah.
like telling you all her
Well,
stuff.
and then she's probably like, I'm a hand talker too, and I do this a lot to strangers. Like I put my hand.
I
on
do
their
that
arm.
too.
I do
You
that.
know,
and
so I
and catch
understand.
myself doing it now too, because it's like I know.
Well,
I'm-
straight white man, you can't do anything,
I'm,
John.
I'm probably making somebody feel really uncomfortable, but that's just how I am by nature. It's just a natural thing, and I'm having to deprogram myself. From it.
Right. You know, and so maybe she just needs, and also maybe she just needs to be, her attention needs to be drawn there.
yeah.
That it is making people feel weird, and you're not in Newfoundland anymore.
Yeah.
You're in Ottawa, a super conservative city where people won't even tell you that they like have a sex life, let alone
Oh, but they do.
right.
Oh,
but let
yes,
alone,
they
let
do.
them touch you.
That's it. I hope she's Newfie. Look, watch, we have some Newfie. Like, I don't want anyone to touch me. What are these guys saying? We can't paint them all with one brush.
No.
But
We have these Newfies that I work with, and they're from this really small area, I think, of Newfoundland. Maybe they're not Newfie, but they have the weirdest accents for the longest time. I thought they were American.
oh, really,
Yeah. I thought I was straight up going to be like, are y'all from Texas?
y'all?
Yeah.
I wish I could do a Newfie accent.
I don't think I've ever heard one.
It's very.
It's like Canadian.
Bird, and
Kinda like that.
with a little bit
Sounds
of
like the
Irish
music.
thrown in there.
What are you doing,
some
bud?
Scottish.
And French. I mean, they have their French out there too, right? Which is very odd. We had a lot of Newfie listeners when we were on the radio.
We did, yeah.
Remember we talked about it. We
Oh,
had
yeah,
this
we got
really
calls.
No, but they liked it.
Yes.
Because apparently it came out that to be called a Newfie was derogatory, and that Newfies didn't like it. So we were talking about it on air and
Oh,
said,
yes.
we had no idea this and that, and our phones just went boom, 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 boom. And it was all these Newfies being like, we love it. It's the older generation that doesn't like it.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah, because on the app we got a couple angry that were like, "Don't say Newfies." I thought it was the same as calling it Canuck. Like I never thought it
Right.
was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then you think of the Newfie jokes, and you're like, "Okay, makes sense." I genuinely like Newfies. I do, but I just know that they have some quirks.
Yeah.
So do the gays.
I think you need to sit down with, what's her name?
Rebecca. Oh no, Rebecca's
No.
the writer. We don't have a
You
name.
need to sit down with the Newfoundlander
Yes. Yes.
and just be like, hey, like maybe even take her out to lunch so it's like in a more casual setting so you know that you don't mean any harm by it. Because people can feel attacked when you tell them to stop doing something because it makes them uncomfortable.
Go someplace that serves finger food so that her hands are occupied.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but then she might get your shirt all
Oh,
stained
yeah.
when she touches you. But, you know, and just be like, hey, like, I just wanted to bring you out for lunch because I want to let you know, like, I really like you.
Yeah.
And I love, like, getting to chat with you and spending time with you. However, I'm not a touchy-feely person. And you need to stop playing with my hair.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't take her to lunch. I would address that right in the office.
Well,
I would take her to lunch.
the Real Housewives.
Just because she seems nice. Like, she seems like
I would take her.
Mrs.
I would take her
Claus.
to lunch if she responded positively to it, just to show her that, you know what, I appreciate that you're making it.
And look, I still like you.
As like a buffer afterwards.
Maybe. So
I'm
it's
not
not
the ice-
awkward.
It
I'm not the
wasn't
ice queen you think I
mean.
am.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't mean, so I'm going to take you out for a drink after. Take her for a drink. Don't Newfies like to drink?
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Right.
The Real Housewives, how we should all base our lives, always do that. They go out for lunch when there's a conflict, even if it turns into a giant fight. And the reason one of them was saying on an episode was exactly that, so that it didn't feel confrontational. Like, look, we're here out at lunch. I don't want to run away. I still want to have a lunch with you.
Except the Real Housewives end up arguing in the middle of the restaurant, flipping tables.
And they need somewhere to film. So I guess
Right.
that example. Okay, I'll just shut up now.
But it is true. It's a great area for you to get out of the office because what you're actually going to confront her about doesn't really necessarily have anything to do with work. So it might be nice to take yourself out of that atmosphere. Go for coffee. If lunch is too much, just go grab a coffee.
Yeah.
You know.
Or just leave an anonymous note on her cubicle. Stop fucking touching people, bitch. Because she does it to everybody else, too.
Or maybe what you should do too is like bring her a coffee one morning and put it down and go, okay, so I just need to talk to you about something. Butter her up before you break it to her.
Yeah. No, see, now we're getting in the weeds. We're too deep. Just, you don't need to
Right,
go
and we
this
just
deep.
finished saying fuck politeness.
Yeah, you just got to tell her.
Just tell her.
Just tell her.
do it.
And I bet you if you don't need to go through all the examples you gave us, don't touch me when you're talking, rub my back, my hair. I think if she just said one, like you said with the...
Stop touching my hair.
That'll give her the hint. I hope then she wouldn't be like, okay, but I can still touch you everywhere else.
I mean, like, if Rebecca was a black chick, she would punch that girl out if she touched her hair. You don't touch people's hair.
It could come off.
Oh, yeah. Like, I had a bunch of girls, friends in Alabama that were black, and they didn't even like men touching their hair when they had sex.
Yeah. Because it might come off.
Right. So
And maybe Rebecca's could come off.
Well, not only
too.
that, but it takes them a long time to do their hair, and for someone to be rubbing their greasy hands in there.
Oh,
Gross.
yeah. In fact, we don't know that Rebecca's not a black woman.
Right. Just
Yeah.
don't touch people's hair. Don't touch their hair. Don't snap their bra straps. Don't smack them in the ass unless they want it.
Yeah.
And I highly suggest instead of smacking someone in the ass, lightly cup it.
Why?
It's way creepier.
Oh. Works for balls, too. Good luck, Rebecca.
Right? We hope we helped you. Oh, send your emails to Jesse and Jenna's messy podcast at gmail.com. We try to get to all of them. Thank you for everyone that sent them in. Keep sending them in. We appreciate it. And go and vote for Faces Magazine.
Yes, there's a few days left.
There is a few days left.
Whoop, whoop.
On Friday is when we go to the awards show. So check out our Instagram because we'll probably have stories going up.
Oh, yes.
And if we don't have stories going up, it's because we're having too good of a time.
Well, just brace yourself for Anna Nicole at the 2007 VMAs.
And
It's a good thing they don't allow acceptance speeches. John's
Amen to
coming
that.
too. John, have you decided, are you coming or is Dairy Queen?
I think I better go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Less prep time.
Right?
We look forward to hearing your emails. Remember, no problem is too small for us to tackle.
Cheers!
Cheers.